So we have also 6 German cemeteries in Normandy, around 80,000 German soldiers buried, and 16 British cemeteries. And the British cemeteries are smaller because the British soldiers and the soldiers of the different countries of Commonwealth were buried very near the spot where they died. The biggest view from the top of the hill, you will see like wood in front of you at the foot of the hill. But what we have, you will see within a few minutes, we have meadows surrounded by hedgerows and trees. So many hedgerows, so many trees, so many thick bushes that it seems to be like a forest. And of course, all this is not natural. The bocage has been planted here in Normandy by the Vikings, the Normans, already during the Middle Ages, and this for different reasons. It was much easier for them to count certain number of cows in one meadow. Much easier also for them to delimit the properties. That type of scenery had been more the ally of the Germans and the American tanks. The Sherman tanks had much trouble to progress, to break through in that type of vegetation. Countryside dance, and the exact meaning of bocage, countryside dance with tall hedgerows. And those very thick and tall hedgerows formed perfect defensive positions. So the tanks of the Allies had much trouble with that type of scenery, and an American sergeant had the idea of welding to the front of the Sherman tanks 2 sharp steel prongs, set of blade, to break down the hedgerows. The 3 tanks out of 5 were equipped that way, and those tanks have been nicknamed rhinoceroses. And the Americans used the scrap metal of
des fois j'ai cargo à voile, mais...
Wow. Okay. So, this is famous Point du Hoc. This is where the Rangers came in small boats and had to use grappling hooks fired with mortars to fire grappling hooks up the cliffs and then climb up the cliffs with enemy soldiers firing down on them. Wow. There's the remains of a German gun emplacement that I'm standing on.
Is he gone?
He's talking to somebody.
Wow. This is actually down in a gun emplacement. Oh man, this is really inside the bunker. Whew. So you can see a gunner's eye view there, I guess. Wow.
There's not going to be enough time to walk around.
Okay. So this is gunner's eye view. So imagine looking out there and seeing those ships on that horizon. I mean, you had to know that your life was getting pretty close to the end, unless you're extremely lucky. Point du Hoc. Rangers, that's what they say, Rangers lead the way.
Just a piece of one of the floating roads, roadways. You will see also a picture showing a landing craft which had a capacity of 36 soldiers. Then please have a look on the right. You see there are some openings into the cliff for a short-range gun. Much German defense in the cliff. The cliff used to be higher in 1944. The first monument we're going to see here dedicated to the 29th Division. On top of a bunker, inside there is a gun of 88 millimeters. Wow. National Guard. That's the beach. There is a cliff behind us. Another one straight ahead. The American cemetery is situated on top of the next cliff. You see it is low tide. The moment it is low tide. So of course the beach was covered with many machine guns, barbed wire fences. There were minefields everywhere, and those check of hedges on the beach everywhere, and much German defense here. Those houses were not here. You see, all the houses you see on the way have been built after World War II. When World War II broke out.
Omaha Beach. This memorial. The flags of all the countries are involved in the D-Day landing. It's a big red one monument on Omaha Beach on the Normandy coast. This is at the American Cemetery, Omaha Beach. That statue is a tribute to all the young men who died here. If you think that statue is something, here's the actual cemetery.
Anybody was buried there?
Not personally. The American Cemetery. People always say that thing, freedom isn't free, but boy, when you get to see the cost. Unbelievable.